I need the car that's off the hook. Old school dope look. Paint job got them shook.
You are now listening to a Power Requires Hustle presentation. What up, world? This King Kold the Rapper, and I'm hanging out in the Rabbit Hole Studio, baby. My guest with me tonight is the usual, the unusual, Cooper Poco. Say what up, Cooper.
What up, world?
Yeah, I got our production assistant, Cluid. Say what up, Cluid.
Yo, bro.
Yo, and we got Dr. Carver in the house. Dr. Carver, what's up, baby?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to sell you house insurance. Oh my God, homeowners insurance, rental insurance, car insurance. You're in good hands. He is the State Farm guy. All right. Anywho, so WWE ratings drops. Cooper, hit me with those numbers. How ugly is the difference from Raw this year to compared to last year's Raw?
This year for Raw, they have dropped ratings by 14%.
14%.
SmackDown is down by 13%.
13%. Brutal. And then what's NXT at? It's the yellow one. What's the
yellow one is at, it's dropped by 12%.
12%. Okay, and then Velocity has dropped how much?
5%.
5%. Okay, so we have drops all around. The Velocity one's actually not as bad, but ironically, that's less people that watch that, so that is pretty fucked still. That's significant. And you have to take into consideration with the Raw and the SmackDown shit, there is no football, there is no playoffs that is competing against it. No dog shows that's fucking up their time slot. Nothing. All right? And they have Roman Reigns back. So explain to me what the fuck is going on here. All right? Brock Lesnar just explained to Dana White that he's probably not going to go back to UFC. He's planning on retiring for fighting. He just doesn't feel like that is a good step for him. So he might go back to WWE, but him announcing that he's not going back to fighting has definitely put him in a situation where he's not going to be able to negotiate the same amount of money. Dude was getting $500,000 a match. All right? $250,000 if he came out and talked.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Ridiculous.
Bruh.
Ridiculous.
$1 million a month minimum if he showed up to every Raw. Crazy. That's not counting podcasts and press releases and all that other shit that he. That isn't even wrestling.
Right.
Yeah. So that's $250,000.
Right.
Real. So like when you got dudes like that are making fucking $250,000 money, how do you justify giving kids like Ricochet 40 fucking grand a year? You know what I'm saying? Who's phenomenal. He's an up-and-coming artist, one of the best.
And he's from the area.
And he's from the area. I actually saw the dude when I was a kid wrestle at the Coliseum. And, dude, he was young then, too. Right. He wasn't covering tattoos, all this shit. Now, dude, he's built his physique. He's got his motherfucking look. His move arsenal's off the chain. He's gone overseas and worked. Dude's built himself quite the reputation. Oh, yeah, definitely. Super dope. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, so our ratings have dropped. Cooper Poco. Well, super roughly.
Well, the first reason why they're saying is the push of Roman Reigns and how they are moving him towards the face of the company.
Okay, which is legit, but yeah, 100% that's kind of a rough situation to be in because his cousin is The Rock, who was one of the most profitable of all time. Yeah. And they had problems with The Rock starting out. So, like, that's understood, too.
Right.
The second reason is they're saying the duration of the show.
Too fucking long.
3 hours.
Too long, baby. And look, 3 hours of straight wrestling would be fucking phenomenal. It would. All right? But they don't do 3 hours of straight wrestling. They do 48 minutes of wrestling scattered throughout 3 hours of fucking talking and plugging shit that's not wrestling and fucking product endorsement. Backstage fucking stupid shit that looks bad. It's filmed awful. They're using the fucking it's filmed ahead of time, so like people have to watch this shit on the Titantron. and then like they lie to you that it's live when it's not.
Right.
It was filmed fucking last week. Like it's just awful. You see through the shit. There's no smoke and mirrors. They don't care about fucking storylines. People lose back and forth. Title belts don't matter. I don't even know who any of the fucking champions are, and I'm a pro wrestler. Like, I'm serious. It's bad, bro.
That's the next reason why they say they're struggling, is just the lack of championships. Such as Brock Lesnar and him coming in at odd occasions to defend his championship, being a part-time wrestler.
Yeah. It's dog shit.
That's one thing in the wrestling business. There's no such thing as part-time.
Nah.
You're either in it or you're not.
And let me tell you something. There's two things that's real in the motherfucker wrestling business, and that is the money and the miles. All right? And when you are paying somebody more money for less miles, they better be a fucking phenomenal growth
They better be
to
a Hall of
your
Famer.
business. And for them to fall off so badly as far as their ratings go with him being their champion during that time just shows that you cannot do that part-time shit, because people will stop watching shit if they can schedule, if they can look on the internet and read someone's Twitter and find out, well, he's not going to be at fucking Raw. He's hanging out with Dana Carvey fucking off in L.A. He's not going to be in fucking Sacramento for that Raw. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. So when you can see that and you know it, and like everything in wrestling can be found out on the internet, you know, it's not a hidden business anymore.
No,
it just isn't. You know, people expose it all the fucking time. So, like, in that regard, when you have somebody that's a shoot fighter or a real fighter, and he's your champion, and he doesn't want to lose because he's about to go and fight people for fucking real, like, it's just bad for business all around.
Definitely.
Because then people don't want to lose their belt. Then you got a Montreal incident, but dude, I don't think there's anybody that could just pin Brock Lesnar if he doesn't want to be pinned. They're not going to schoolboy him out of his belt. And dude, it's not going to happen. And whoever ends up having to fucking do that is going to end up killed. They're going to get ripped in fucking half, bruh.
Right.
That motherfucker is going to eat their babies. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be
Regardless
fucking
of
really
what
bad.
anybody feels about Brock Lesnar, he is a beast.
He will fucking, he will break your skull. The pound per pressure you have to break a human skull is 500 pounds of punch pressure, all right? And a human can't do it. They only have 250 pounds of punch pressure, and that's it. But if somebody could crack a motherfucker's skull, I think Brock Lesnar could do it.
Yeah.
He definitely could do it if he had a fucking ring on his finger and hit you with it, because it works as a focal point. You know what I'm saying? That's why brass knuckles split your shit open.
Right.
You only have so much punching pressure anyways. But what you do is you narrow that, how it spreads out, you know, because of how kinetic energy works. So I had this talk with my wife. I was like, I bet you I could punch a human skull and break it if I just cut my goddamn fingers off just down to the knuckles. So I only had knuckles, and it was short, like, you know, it was thin like that. And just, you know, so you just ninja punched. You know, karate chopped through a motherfucking skull like some Mortal Kombat shit. Yeah, real shit. Anywho, fucking rolling off, baby. But no, WWE's some good shit, man. Money in the Bank is coming up. That's the next pay-per-view. What are we looking at for Money in the Bank as far as the matches go? Cooper Poco, what's up, baby?
All right, coming up at that show, they have the Raw and SmackDown Women's Championship of Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. They have the Universal Championship of Seth Rollins and AJ Styles.
Cool.
The Championship of Kofi Kingston versus Kevin Owens.
I'm looking forward to that.
Hold up, Kofi's wrestling Kevin. I thought like they were cool because he was in like the.
No, Kevin turned his back on him.
Dude,
sat there and attacked him.
already ended Kevin Owens' fucking good guy reign.
Yes.
What's the point of that? He was just getting over.
It was a ploy.
People
the way they look
people just start fucking liking the dude. Like, seriously. Dude, I don't like Kevin Owens. Like, really, I don't. And, like, he blocked me on fucking Twitter, because, and this is what happened, all right? I'll take that back. I don't necessarily not like him, but I know he has an intense hatred for me, and I could feel it. I could feel it through the fucking interweb, all right? Here's what happened. Jim Cornette saw something that I fucking posted, all right? And all I posted was there was this picture of Randy Orton picking him up, all right? Picking up Kevin Owens, all right? And he had him cradled, and I made like a meme out of it, and it was a real cheap one. It didn't even look good, bro. It was a real bad meme. And it said, this is behold a picture of Randy Orton carrying this new found bride across the threshold or something like that. All right, because he looked like he was carrying him like a, and then like I zoomed in on Randy's face, and Randy was in complete agony picking him up, and I don't know if he was just making fun of him or whatever, which he probably was, because like Kevin's not much bigger than me, so like I'm not gonna even pretend like he's probably in way better shape than I am, so I won't hate on the dude. Right. But it was just really funny, man, and I just made a post about it on Twitter, and then fucking Jim Cornette got a hold of it. Man, and Jim Cornette fucking retweeted it, and everybody in the world of wrestling saw it, and then I was the asshole that fucking came at Kevin wrong. I'm like, look, at the time I was a pro wrestler. You know what I'm saying? I had retired. I was done. I really wasn't planning on fucking pursuing it again. Then Johnny was like, yo, fuck with this again. And I'm like, well, if you need me, I got you. And I'm in way better health than I was. I'm way smarter than I was. I'm just a better wrestler all around. I got charisma. I drip with the shit, baby. You know what I'm saying? It rains. I can just talk. I'm one of those guys. Exactly. So look, when it came to like Kevin, man, I felt really bad about it forever, but he blocked me on Twitter, so I couldn't do anything the fuck about it. But that is crazy because like I had literally just got to the point where I'm like, look, Kevin Owens is the shit because they're finally doing something cool with him, and then they do that bullshit. They make him a bad guy again when he just fucking started getting over. Right. When people just start fucking liking the dude. They give him t-shirts that look like fucking shit. Literally, they have duct tape on them. Right. I'm like, dude, give him a good fucking design, something that's dope. Let him do his power bomb through the fucking tables that he did on the Independence. That was so fucking tight. Right. I mean, dude, he was a tough fucking real deal heel. Oh, yeah. And dude, they could make him a real deal good guy with that. He could have ran with the New Day thing until Big E was back feeling good or whatever the fuck. Like, dude, they could have made a lot of money with the kid. And he's Canadian. They don't even fucking market the fact that he's Canadian. He's a great fucking Canadian wrestler, bruh. Like, they're mismarketing that man. And that's what's fucking up the ratings, is because they're doing shit like that. Well, he finally got to the point where I gave a fuck about him. Not that I don't think he's a good wrestler, because he is. Right. But, like, they were finally doing something with the man. You know what I'm saying? That's my beef with WWE, shit like that.
They do that a lot of
But, I mean, he'll argue, how do you think they're not doing something with me? I'm wrestling Kofi for the title. Fair argument. And that's true, he is. Cool. All right? But he could be the guy that's fucking pushing up the Intercontinental title and making it fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? Because he used to be a champion. Who's the Intercontinental champion right now? Let's roll on. What other matches are there?
Other matches is Roman Reigns versus Elias.
Okay.
The Miz versus Shane.
Okay.
And the women's ladder match and the women's championship of Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans.
Who the fuck is Lacey Evans?
She's new one. She's coming up from NXT.
Hold up. So why is she automatically getting a title shot? Because I know Mickie James has been there off and on for 10 fucking years. Is she getting a title shot? Also, dude, people argue Kofi deserves this title, which I'm not saying that Kofi doesn't. But if they're arguing, yo, Kofi's been there for fucking ever, Goldust could have said the same shit. Right. Yo, bro, I've been here since before the Attitude Era. Big Show. Big Show's had the belt before. Yeah, but he's in phenomenal shape now. He's going right. Dude, Big Show can go. But I mean, they look at it as that markable bullshit. What they should have done was make Big Show their new fucking monster instead of making Brock Lesnar their fucking monster. Because I'll be honest with you, man, Big Show might eat Brock Lesnar the fuck alive. I bet he could. I mean, dude, if you remember, Paul White in his motherfucking day. And WCW, dude, he would throw a drop kick off the
Yes.
top rope. That's real shit. And they told him not to do it because they're like, bruh, the little guys do that shit. If you're doing that shit, it takes away from you. Start wrestling as a big guy. And bruh, he was throwing drop kicks and like doing shit off of the top rope. 7 feet fucking tall, baby. So like, think about, you know, where that is when you've got guys like me that are like, yo, I'm not getting on the top rope, I'm too big. Yo, that's a bullshit fucking excuse, baby.
Right.
Because, like, Paul White's a 7 foot tall motherfucker,
Well,
dude.
you gotta think of Vader too, 400-pound moonsault.
Exactly. Fucking, yeah, huge fucking man, for real. Okay, so, rolling on. Now, the women's match is going to be pretty fucking dope. I'm not going to argue with that. I'm just not sure who that chick is. I'm not caught up on NXT. And that's why I was like, who the fuck is that? Nothing against her. I'm sure she's a great athlete. But, look, it is what it is. I'm sure they have a reason for her to be there.
Right.
And I'm not the god of fucking pro wrestling. I don't know everything.
Right.
I don't know everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But in my personal opinion, Kevin Owens being a good guy was the tightest fucking thing they had done in a long time. Just because I am inadvertently a fan of Kevin Owens now, I guess. I wasn't trying to be. But, like, I saw him at one of the... it was Money in the Bank last year, in fact. That's the one where they do the ladder and they go after the fucking...
Ricochet, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I saw him on that, and dude, it changed my whole opinion about him because he kicked fucking ass and he did a great job, and you could tell like he was being the ring veteran, like ordering people of what to do what. And in past ladder matches, I saw Fit Finlay and I saw Edge and people like that being that ring general type dude. So that made me respect dude that much more too.
Right, definitely.
Like, for real. So, anywho, rolling on. Cluid, what is up with independent, being an independent rapper in the game versus being a signed musician to a major label? I know that rap music isn't selling what it used to.
Right.
In fact, Eminem used to sell 10 million records, and now he's doing 900,000 plus downloads, and it's just a different world.
Different world.
Different world, man. I mean, it's still a significant amount of money,
Yeah.
but it's just spread out differently, and it takes a little bit longer to accumulate from here and that.
Like, the independent scene is growing more and more and more as we speak, and it's going to continue, I believe, to expand so much more than what it already is.
I agree. Yes.
Because you know, as I'm looking up here, like there's a Universal Music Group, there's a Sony Music Entertainment, you know, there's a Warner Music Group, and then below all that is independent with like the lowest percentage of
Yeah.
all four of those.
Yeah.
And it, you know, it's like there's labels like those, and then there's labels like Strange Music,
Yeah.
Tech Nine,
Yeah.
and so forth. And people like younger rappers also, like Token,
Yeah.
really coming up really big, really fast, all because of internet. YouTube,
Yeah.
Spotify,
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah, dude, it's the connection with fans is what it really is, man. With you having a Facebook or a Twitter feed where you can have a platform out there to talk to your fans, man, it matters a lot. I hit up every one of you guys on Facebook at some point to get at your boy to do work in one instance or another. And I mean, it's not just Facebook, it's Twitter, it's Instagram, it's Spotify, Google Play, all that shit, man. SoundCloud, all that shit matters now. It's really fucking crazy. Even Snapchat to an extent really fucking matters when trying to give people a sneak peek of your music,
Yeah.
but you don't want them to own that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, you get this 35-second clip, and then they can replay it once, and then they're like, fuck, it's gone, send it to me again. I'm like, nah. Buy the album.
Gotta live it in
Buy the
moment.
album, baby. Live in the moment. Live in the moment, no doubt. But yeah, man, living in the moment, some real shit when it comes down to music.
Yeah.
Being an independent artist is some real shit because I don't know about every independent artist, but I know I keep about 86% of the money that my music makes
Yeah.
because I own all the production rights and that shit is mine. You know, it's bought from the producer who makes the beats with me. I'll throw him an idea. Sometimes I'll send him some acapella work. He'll build a beat around my vocal idea, and we'll build a project together, and then rinse and repeat. Do that 12 times. Fucking make you a dope ass album. Find you somebody to make a cover. Boom, you put that shit out yourself, and it might cost you several hundred, several $1,000. I put $5,000 into one of my albums. Say something about it. I really did, dude. I really did. Put $5,000 into one of my albums because I care about my shit and I believe in my motherfucking music. And baby, 4 houses later, where we at? Who's screaming loud on top of the mountain of King Kold, baby? Yeah! You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's not the case for every independent artist, and it sucks because it takes a long time to get to that point. It took me 15 years to figure out what the fuck I was doing, and now I could pass my art, you know, my intelligence of art down to other people, you know, and I couldn't imagine where I would be at in the world if I had signed to a major label and then they owned one of my albums. Like, dude, that's scary to me, bruh. That's scary because, like, my art really matters to me. I stay independent, so nobody could change my shit, you know.
Well, if you would have signed to a major label, you would have never been able to do my entrance music.
That's true, man. So,
And
like,
I appreciate
yeah,
that
that would
straight
have
up.
never been able to happen from a fucking major
exactly.
label perspective. That would cost you 10 fucking grand, Carver.
Exactly.
Would cost a lot of money. We wouldn't have been able to do this podcast without clearing a bunch of paperwork and shit. They want somebody who fucking worked with the label to fucking deal with all of it. We'd have a label production assistant. Cooper would be replaced by some sexy fucking chick. Like... I just feel like they would make a girl be a part of it. You know, I mean, man, sorry, Cooper.
Talking about my problems with my coffee and my shit. This guy, frowny face, my Facebook post. It really connects me with my fans. You know, I like music. It helps me get over my frustration.
There you go.
Oh my lord,
that's
that
some
was too tremendous, baby. That's gonna get us some thumbs down. Girls everywhere are gonna be like, we don't even sound like that.
Now, one thing though, not only would you not been able to do my entrance, but I would have never been able to even been exposed to you.
That's true,
You know?
man. It's just
and mad props on Down the Rabbit Hole.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
Nightmares, man. Nightmares is where it's
Yeah,
at.
dude. Yo, we got some good shit going on with our music, man. And being independent's the way to go. So, Cluid, you're signed to an independent label. Power requires hustle. Knock, knock, baby. And it's cool. Like, look, it's cool being a part of an independent label, man, because you don't have to worry about anybody taking your fucking song rights. Your music that you publish to us is your music.
Right.
We just help you with the bullshit. We really do.
Yeah, it's great feeling to be a part of an independent label.
Yeah.
You know, it's great. It feels great because there's no strings, there's no backup bullshit that you gotta deal with. There's no, oh, you fucked up, you can't do it again.
Nah, dude, this is a learning experience all around, no doubt. You know what they can't fucking redo again is Marvel Endgame, baby. So, Cooper, did you find out whether or not they did a Stanley cameo?
They did halfway through the movie.
Okay, what was the situation? Because I haven't seen the movie. I haven't seen a Marvel movie since Civil War.
Yeah.
Fight me about it. I'm busy. I'm a
I'm gonna
busy
be
fucking.
honest.
I'm busy.
This
human.
was the one time I ran to the bathroom and missed it.
Really.
I missed it. But he was in the car and they saw his license plate. I'm not sure what it said, but that was all it was.
Okay, so he was in the car and then they saw his license plate.
Yeah.
Okay, that's action packed. All right, so but Stan Lee had a cameo, and that was his last cameo. And ironically,
I was
what was
afraid
going?
there wasn't even one there. You know,
Man,
just
because you know how it
followed
was
his
with,
death.
like, Stan Lee passing away was really sad to me, because I buy and sell comics, I'm a nerd and shit, and like, dude, you immediately saw people on eBay, like, with $1 million comics and shit like that. I'm like, dude, come on. Every single book that Stan Lee signed was they're all different, and what I mean by that is, like, the placement of where he signed it, the way he signed it, the way he smudges his handwriting's different sometimes. Sometimes he'll write something cute underneath it just to make your shit your shit. You know, so like every one of his signatures is different. So for them to be like, yo, a one of a kind fucking signature, $1 million, it's a ridiculous goddamn thing to do. It was taking advantage of a lot of fucking people that immediately thought, oh, yeah, it's like the 9/11 thing when the Trade Towers got hit, gas went to $5 a gallon, and that was real shit. Like that day, everybody panicked, wanted to get gas. It was a bunch of fucking crazy shit. Everybody panicked when Stan Lee died, and they went to sell those fucking books for an outrageous amount.
If it were me, you know, regardless of how much money I would need, I would just hold on to it, man.
Yeah.
It's a personal thing.
Look, here's my thing, though. I sold 3 Stan Lee signed books last year. That's just the real shit. I did do that. And I sold the majority of my collection last year. And, man, I knew Stan Lee was going to pass away eventually. He was fucking, 95? It was going to happen within the last 10 years. But I looked at it as I had collected the things. I loved them. I was moving on to other shit. Still am. Still have half of my collection to still sell. It's going to be a while. But, you know, it's just one of those things where you can't love something forever. You just can't.
I
You know what I'm
understand
saying?
that. I understand.
You can't. You can't hold on to the past. You got to move forward with the future. And that's going to help me move forward in every regard. You know? So, anywho. Stan Lee, rest in peace, baby. We love you. You know what it is, man. That's really cool that you got to do a cameo in Endgame. You know, you were important to all of us nerds, and thank you for the dynasty you built, baby. We appreciate you. All right, so signing off from the rabbit hole. This is King Kold. That's Cooper Poco. Cluid. And we got Dr. Carver in this piece, man. And that wraps up episode 7. Please make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends and family to like our podcast. Real shit, baby. Worldwide. Power requires hustle. Boom. Power plays.
I need the car that's off the hook. Old school dope look. Paint job got 'em shook.
You are now
Creamy
listening
blood
to a
clean
Power
like
Requires
Stephen
Hustle
King
presentation.